Hello, I made a footprint VFX and sound blueprint that I'd like to demonstrate to you. It's free, and I just wanted to show you what it does and then show you how to use it. I am using the OpenLand Auto Material, but with a small modification, it should work on any landscape. Um, so let's get to it. So you can hear the sound now, and see you could set it to anything. Select the sounds that you want. Now go to the sand, and you can see a little bit of sand coming up from the VFX, and you can hear the sand sound. So for any landscape type, any material type, you can change it to be whatever VFX, Niagara special effects, or sound that you want to use. So let me show you how to get it and get it started for your project. Um, First of all, I have the script, the blueprint script the in your mannequin folder. This is Unreal Engine 5, Preview 2 in your mannequin folder, animation, third person and a blueprint, and here's the simple blueprint. That's all there is to it. So let me show you how to get started with everything. Let me delete this, and we will start from scratch. And delete that, and we will start from scratch there. Okay, and one other thing I'm going to delete is these notification here, and we'll add those back, but I just, again, clearing it up to start from scratch for you. Okay, so the main couple of things you need in order to get this get this to work are one, footstep special effects or any kind of special effects you want to use, and some sounds. Now, this Surface Footstep is a free pack on Unreal Engine here, and I'll put the link in the description. But Niagara Footstep VFX, it has to be Niagara, I believe, and then you can download that and add it to your project. And then I also just bought a couple special effects, footsteps, sound effects off of Unreal Engine for like $6, and you can use whatever you want. So once you have that added to your project and some sounds added to your project, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to your mannequin folder, all right, and open up the mannequin and mannequin animations. Okay, and the things we have here, these are the actual animations for your mannequin. So when you run, it plays, or when you walk, it plays this animation. When you run, it plays this, and so forth. So the first thing we need to do is to put what's called a notifier on it. And I will show you how to do that. So let's open up your walk animation. Just double click on it. Click up here, and then hit the space bar to stop it. Now I'm going to slide around and get a side view of it. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this back to the beginning. Now, first we're going to do the right foot, and then we're going to do the left foot. So we're looking at the right foot right now, and if I move that forward, you can see the right foot coming forward, and we're going to get it to about, that looks about flat in the ground where he's stepping on the ground. Close enough. And then we'll right click over here, choose Add Notify, choose New Notify, and we'll call it Footstep, excuse me, Footstep underscore R, and press Enter. And now we're going to move the timeline forward again for the left foot. And see the left foot coming forward. And let's see, right about there looks pretty good for being flat. Again, right click here, choose Add Notify, New Notify, and type in Footstep underscore L for left, and enter. All right, and then go ahead and save that. And we're just going to do two of the animations, the walk and run right now. You can do whichever ones you want. Close that. We'll go back to our content, go back to our mannequin animations, and we'll choose the run, third person run animation. Okay, again, click here, hit the space bar to stop, bring the timeline back, get your, get a little side view, and then let's bring the timeline forward for the right foot, and that looks about right. And this time we'll click right. Excuse me. Hello. Strange. Okay, to get your add notify again, but this time you can choose skeletal notifies, and you can reuse the notifies, skeleton notifies, and you reuse the notifies you've already used. So we can do footstep R, and then again we will move the timeline forward for the left foot, and stop right about there. Looks good. Add notify, skeleton notifies, and we will choose the left foot. Now we've got those two notifies, and basically that will send out an event whenever the animation gets to these timelines. And it'll send out an event, say, hey, I've reached the timeline. We've set the timeline to be when the foot hits the ground. And so that's how we know when to fire off the VFX effects and the sound. So let's go ahead and save that. Next, we're going to go to the third person anim BP in the same folder, mannequin animations, third person BP. Double click on that. And we can just do a space down here. Next, I will give you a link to the blueprint. And that is going to be on Blueprint UE. And this is what it's called, and I'll give you the link in the description. So open that up, go down to code to copy, click that, then click on this to copy it, or you can select here and do Control C. Open your third person anim blueprint up again and do a Control V. All right, so this will put in everything, and if you named the notifications the same, footstep R and footstep L, then everything should work. The only other thing you have to do, well, there's a couple things you have to do. One, for some reason, this variable doesn't come in when you paste it into the that into the blueprint. So all you have to do is right click, create variable, and then there you have it. So now you have the variable for the VFX, footstep VFX. All right, so once that's done, then you can go back and actually input your VFX, and that's going to be where it says Footstep VFX, and you can see that this is going to be for the sand, and I'll explain these in a minute. Well, actually, just go ahead and go do that now. So to show you how this blueprint works, here's the anim notify for the right and left. So whenever those animations for the right and left foot hit the ground, these will fire. Then what it does here is it calls a function of, this is specific to OpenLand, this little function, but it's a simple function, and you can write it or just write it on your own. It's very simple. Just to show you what it is, all it is doing a line trace to detect the ground, to detect the surface type. So that is, oops, all it's doing. So once we do that, we're going to detect the physical material, and the physical material, then we're going to look and say, okay, is that physical material, what is it? In this case, I'm looking to see if it's PM ground. If it is, then I go for this branch. If not, then I look at it and say, okay, if it's PM sand, then I go for this branch. And I can continue to add any other layer types that I want. So if I want dirt or top layer or mid layer, we just basically copy this whole thing and change it. So after we've set the layers that we want, in this case this is sand, we can go over here and go to the Footstep VFX, and now I'm going to want to find the VFX um, that I downloaded, and this one came with various VFXs. So all you have to do then is go here, and those VFXs are prefixed with PSN. They actually come up with, if you don't have any other ones, they'll come up with that. But if you have other VFXs, then you'll have a bunch. So just type in PSN, and then you can see all the ones. Or you can just type in, like, since I only have these, I can just type in grass and choose my grass surface. And there we go. And do the same thing for the sand and choose the sand surface. Next, this is my sound. And again, I downloaded some sounds, some footstep sounds. And all we're going to do is find those. So in this one, I want my grass. So I'm going to choose this for my sounds. I'm going to type in grass. And I'm going to use this grassland 1 footstep. Same thing for the sand. Just type in sand for me and use that one as well. Now, I mean, you'll have different sounds. Maybe you'll use different VFXs, whatever you want. Actually, I'm going to change this one from grass to uh, sparse, just because you can really see it better. The grass doesn't really look that good for this VFX, so I just set that to sparse just so you can see it. And then that's it. That's all you have to do. Everything else, then you can just hit save, compile, close this down, and now let's go over here, and I'm doing Alt P to play my third person character. The grass, and the sound and the sand dust coming up on the sand. And that's all you have. It's pretty simple. Again, I'll post the links that I'm using for this on the video. Thank you. Bye-bye.